Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I want to talk about Victor Von Doom and simply his origin story because I know Doomsday is coming out and then there's going to be Secret Wars next year. And the thing about Victor Von Doom is that in the past movies, he hasn't really been showcased the best because he is one of the greatest villains in Marvel. So he definitely needed his own movie, I think, way before Doomsday, because a lot of people don't really understand um, how messed up the background for Victor is. Um, this man was like born in a foreign country, Liberia. He lost his mother to Mephisto, this demon that pops in and out of like Marvel stories, such as Doctor Strange and Spider Man. And it happened even with Victor's mom because she was a witch. She casted spells and all kind of dark magic, and that demon basically took her life and tortured her in hell. And uh, also, Victor lost his father at a very young age too, so he basically fled his country, in pursuit of education, um, and to basically create weapons to help bring back at least his mother because he's basically like convinced that he can do it. So that's what brings him to go to a university. He meets Reed Richards, but they're always at odds because Victor is always to himself. He never talks about his plans or what he wants to do, and um, because he's like very to himself, like doesn't speak much about it and doesn't like getting help. Um, Nobody really realizes in the Fantastic Four that uh, Victor is a major villain until he actually decides to use his powers to become this elite authoritarian through force and lethal force at that. So, how does that explain how Victor Von Doom is able to stop Thor's hammer? Well, there's a couple explanations how that could have happened, but to be honest, even with me explaining it, it's still something where this is just the writers giving Victor a major power up because um, honestly, Thor's Stormbreaker is a god weapon, so it's kind of hard to believe even for myself that Victor is able to stop that. But like I said, if all of these characters were at their full peak strength, there wouldn't be a movie. Like the main villain would have died seconds into the film. So that's one way to look at it. Um, but so Victor's armor, for instance, isn't just metal. A lot of people just think it's like armor, like Iron Man's armor, but it's more than that. Because besides like this major protection that he gets, there's a version of Doom where all his armor is basically enchanted with magic, and he does go to a secluded area to train with monks to learn mystic arts as well, similar to Doctor Strange, but it's different. It's different but similar. And there's even a comic where Victor Von Doom does become Sorcerer Supreme, and he does challenge Doctor Strange in combat a few times. So um, those are things about Victor Von Doom that's like really interesting because he even has some sort of interaction with Scarlet Witch, and I believe that's something that's gonna possibly happen in Secret Wars. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, there's different versions of Doom where he's like in his base form where he still has like cosmic abilities to like um, do force fields, force blasts, kinetic blasts. Um, he has Doombots that can fight for him. He can honestly just fight like he normally does because he's also an expert in martial arts. And yeah, I mean, um, he's able to do what you see in the movies before, but what's going to change in this movie is that we're more than likely going to see him with stronger cosmic abilities. Like I said, like he does know mystic arts, so he more than likely could probably like open portals like Doctor Strange, but differently, or just travel through time. Again, this is like a multiverse movie, so I wouldn't be surprised. And the last version of Doom that I do want to talk about, the most menacing one of all, is the one titled Emperor God Doom. So, you know, that's his own flashy title of arrogance, but honestly, that Doom is the greatest menace to exist. That version of Doom can basically like warp reality. Like the way Thanos had a reality stone, like he can do that. And his power scaling is immeasurable almost because his powers can literally destroy Thanos without even doing much. Like if Thanos had to use actual effort to defeat the Avengers, it wouldn't take Doom almost any effort at all at that level, at his peak, to destroy a threat even like Thanos. And that's probably even provided that he has the Infinity Gauntlets with the stones. So, all of that to say is that Victor Von Doom is a heavily misunderstood character because he's never been given a proper origin story from the films. His story is much more sinister than people could imagine. I mean, there is a version of him where he sacrificed one of his romances to like a woman he was dating because she was like a witch, and he basically sacrificed her and like basically had her soul transmuted into his armor to make him more powerful. So this guy is like ruthless. He's also a dictator. I forgot to mention that he became the leader of Latveria, and almost every section of the town was named Doom, basically after him. So he is somebody who is basically thirsty with power. He wants to rule the world with an iron fist. He believes he's the smartest. He can do anything he wants and can rule anybody if he has the power to do it. So, in a way, I really do think this is like the evil version of Iron Man, if you really think about it, because they're similar in a lot of ways, except Doctor Doom also knows mystic arts and he knows martial arts, like many forms of martial arts. And I guess, yeah, he is a dictator. So he does have other things under his belt, but he is ultimately a villain, and a villain that a lot of people probably still wouldn't know to this day.